Superfluid staking is finally live on the Osmosis chain, and you can start using it right now. We also had a bet with Sunny that if he fails to deliver Superfluid staking before the end of February, he would have to go bald. But to my surprise, even though they shipped Superfluid staking in time, he still went bald, or at least he shared a picture of it. So you're going to see that picture also in this video, and I'm going to explain to you what Superfluid staking means, what it also means for staking rewards, kind of like the whole impact of it, and how you can start using it right now to maximize and even further increase your Osmo rewards. So superfluid staking, if you've never heard the term, is the inverse part to what liquid staking is, right? You might have heard of liquid staking, especially if you've already been in crypto for a couple of years and you're familiar with proof of stake chains. In most proof of stake chains, if you lock up your coins to secure the network, right? Dot on the Polkadot chain, Atom on the Cosmos chain, Osmo on the Osmosis chain, there's an unbonding period of 28, 21, or 14 days, respectively, in which you don't earn staking rewards and you can't move your coins, right? And even if you're bonded to the network, all you can do is use them in governance, right? And earn staking rewards, which is already pretty cool, but your coins are pretty much locked in a contract, and you can't use them in DeFi, right? In the fast moving DeFi world, which is enabling so many new use cases, right? One of which could be, for example, providing liquidity, right? Why not tokenize your staked assets and then use them in DeFi, use them to provide liquidity, use them as collateral, use them in lending, right? So that's the whole idea of liquid staking, is that you liquefy your staked assets, meaning that you have locked collateral in a pool, you have your coins locked in staking basically, and then you can liquefy that. Means that you get a liquid token that represents and is backed by that stake token one-to-one, and you can then go ahead and use that. It's kind of like a derivative that you can then use in DeFi, right? Which, however, imposes risks to the underlying security of the chain, right? Because let's say you suffer impermanent loss. Let's say you trade the token, you sell it to somebody else, right? This person might not care about the security of the chain, so they just unstake their tokens and redeem them for basically staked assets, which could decrease the security of the underlying chain, right? So there's a lot of questions around the security aspect of things, which is why the Osmosis team came up with an innovative idea and thought, hey, why instead of first staking your token and then liquefying that token to use it in DeFi, why not turn it around and say, first you do DeFi, first you provide liquidity, and then you take your LP share that earns you farming rewards, that earns you swap fees, that earns you all these cool things that DeFi provides, but then take that LP token, which is backed by an underlying amount of Osmo in that case, or Atom, or any other coin that you provide liquidity for, and you just allow the native chain to accept that LP token as a collateral, as a kind of like form of economic stake that you have in the chain to add security to the chain, right? This is the key thing, the key difference of superfluid staking and why it's so innovative, and the next kind of like step in the evolution of staking. Now let's look into some of the specifics on how superfluid staking is designed and also how we can start using it right now. Okay, so here's the original proposal, 157 on the Osmosis chain by Validating Chaos, which included the superfluid delegation or the superfluid module, right? That is now active on the Osmosis chain. So this proposal passed with 99.57% approving it. So what the superfluid module brought is that you can now stake your LP shares, right? And when you talk about LP shares, one thing that pops up to your mind should be impermanent loss, right? If you're not familiar with impermanent loss, please maybe pause the video right now or watch it right after, learn about it and get familiar with the concept of when you provide liquidity in a pool with two equal pairings, there will be trading activity and one coin will be traded more than the other, right? So there's going to be more of one coin in that pool after a day or 2 days or a week or a month. and less of the other coins. So if you provide liquidity in percentages, you will get less of the coin that went up in price and more than of the coin that went down in the price, right? So this is impermanent loss. And obviously, if you allow the staking protocol, the chain, to accept LP shares as collateral, there is the risk also of impermanent loss, right? Which is, I think, one of the reasons potentially why there's a superfluid discount factor, right? And this is to ensure stability, especially in the early phase of the rollout, right? And it is set to 10%, right? So how would this look like? Imagine you would want to provide liquidity for Atom and Osmo, and the ratio is 1 Atom equals 2 Osmo. So you put 100 Osmo and 50 Atom into pool number 1. And then you choose your validator, right? There's a bunch of great validators you can choose from. Osmosis in that case, but there's many real builders that you should support, right? And I'll leave it for you to decide and evaluate. But say you choose your validator, and then you have this discount factor of 10%, which effectively means that your 100 Osmo that you provide liquidity for, discounted with a factor of 10%, equals 90 Osmo that you are basically earning staking rewards on, right? So if you provided, basically in dollar numbers, if you provide $10,000 worth of liquidity, 5,000 of which are in Osmo, and then minus 10%, which is $500, $4,500 will basically be eligible to earn staking rewards, right, on the Osmo chain. This is step number 1. So there's the whole equation. You also have obviously the risk, since this is all on-chain staking, you have the risk of slashing, right? So also make sure to choose a validator that is reliable, that has 100% uptime, right? Because if you get slashed, you will lose 5% of your stack to the community pool. But this barely happens, especially with experienced validators in the ecosystem. Nevertheless, on those 90 Osmo, you will earn staking rewards, which currently are around 78%, I think. So these coins will natively be staked on chain. And that's also one very important thing that I want to say is superfluid staking decreases the staking rewards, right? Because now you have the opportunity for those coins that usually just sat in that contract and earn you farming rewards, which is pure game theory. Now they're on-chain being staked, which decreases the staking rewards, right? And we've seen it since it went live yesterday. Staking rewards went down by, I think, 2 or 3%, like within a few hours, right? So because a lot of people have staked it, and obviously the more people stake, the less the staking APRs are. So, but still, you earn an extra on top of your staked, on top of your provided liquidity that you have in Osmosis, and you decentralize and secure the chain even further, which is amazing, right? So now this is all the theory. Let's look into some of the execution on Osmosis directly. Boom. Osmosis.zone, the best stacks in the world. If you're not familiar with it, please get familiar right now. You can get into it through, well, I think you would have to purchase Atom maybe on a centralized exchange like Binance or Kraken or Coinbase. You send your Atom to your Kepler wallet. You connect your Kepler wallet to Osmosis.zone, and then you deposit assets to the Osmosis chain, and then you will see balances appearing here, right? And if you look at incentivized pools, you'll see that the one here with this nice purple pink frame is superfluid staking enabled, right? So that's currently the only one. And if you click on it, you'll also see that, yeah, it's currently only for the 14 days unbonding pool where you earn an additional 18%, right? This number also fluctuates because it's all on chain, right? And it readjusts every epoch time, which is every 24 hours. I think it's 9 a.m. PST, 6 or 7 p.m. CET. I'm getting confused with the time zones, but anyway, it happens every 24 hours. And that's also where these APRs, I guess, are going to be rebalanced, and also the permanent loss is going to be priced in, right? Because all this is dynamic. So every epoch time, the amount of Osmo that you effectively have in your LP share that is backing the kind of like superfluid staked amount that you have is rebalanced, right? So these numbers fluctuate. These are not set in stone, but still you earn 74.1% farming rewards if you provide liquidity here, plus you earn 0.3% swap fee, plus you earn the 18%, which is in proportion, I guess, the result of the equation. This is kind of like the version 1. And the way you do it, you just add liquidity here, and then you just enable Superfluid staking, right? I don't know if you can actually do that right now. You can probably also just do single asset LPing here. I just have 2 Osmos sitting right now. So let's see if we can quickly do that. I have 20 LP tokens that I can now start earn. I can enable Superfluid staking, which obviously, you know, makes sense. Why not? You're just not maximizing yields if you don't do it. And then you click on next, choose your validator, right? Obviously, many to choose from. Was Moncton, my dad, obviously, running a validator here, Audit One, Be Harvest. Like, there's so many to choose from. Given that I'm also running a validator with Cryptocito, we're gonna look that one up. Boom, Cryptocito. And it also tells you that's the equation that we just went through. 0.5 Osmo is kind of like the estimated Superfluid staking delegation amount on which you earn staking rewards, right? Natively on chain. These 78% that we talked about. Choose your validator, Cryptocito, boom, transaction submitted, it's broadcasting, and once it's confirmed, we will see our liquidity here, 40 bucks, and we'll see that the transaction was successful and that we are currently Superfluid staking. So that was basically it. Very simple, right? Just provide liquidity and Superfluid staked our assets, and now we're earning 71.4.1 plus 18%, so almost 100% in staking rewards, and we're securing and decentralizing the chain. Now you could think this further, and this is also going to be the next step of Superfluid staking, is that what about the atom in that pool, right? Because right now I provided 2 Osmo here, but what about the atom, right? Even though I clicked single asset LP, what it will do in the background, it will swap half of it for atom and it will provide atom liquidity. So what about these atom that are sitting in this pool now, right? Couldn't it be possible that you can also tell the IBC network, or through IBC, you can tell the Cosmos hub chain, hey, you have a bunch of atom in this pool. Do you want to delegate that also to one of your validators on the atom chain, on the Cosmos hub chain, and earn atom staking rewards, right? And this is also going to be the next step in the evolution of Superfluid staking, where you can have different pools. You have the AKT Osmo pool, you have the DVPN pool, you have Atom pools, all these pools, and then you can earn all staking rewards on all these chains. So you're truly maximizing the yield. You're truly maximizing adding security, decentralization to the chain, and the user experience, the user interface, which I know personally is like one of Sunny's and Josh's most important kind of like goals, is to make it as seamless and easy and beautiful as possible. And if you look at that, I mean, come on, this is absolutely incredible. So yeah, play around with this, think these things further and through, because I think it's very essential and it's very amazing, the kind of like amount of innovation that Superfluid staking brings to the table. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a very quick one. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to stay up to date with Osmosis, Cosmos Hub, Atom. Follow me on Twitter at Cryptocito. Delegate your coins to Cryptocito. We're validating on 22 chains, which is absolutely crazy. Passage 3D coming up, Omniflix coming up, Sommelier just went live, Agoric, Afmos coming up, where we're also in the Genesis file. It's crazy. Cosmos is crazy right now. A lot of things that are going on here. And as promised, here's the picture of Bald Sunny. Even though they shipped Superfluid staking in time, he still went bald. At least shared a picture of him bald. So there we go. This is Bald Sunny, everybody. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you also appreciate the amount of dedication, commitment, and also kind of like passion that all of them put in, but especially also Sunny, right? He's incredible what he's doing, and big fan. Give him a follow also at SunnyA97 on Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe and be good.